Hi there, I'm Mike from Prep 101, and in this primer we're going to be looking at moles, what they are, and how to deal with them mathematically. This is absolutely essential for chemistry. Very often the first step of a long answer question will be to convert to moles, often more than once. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. For this first example, we'll go through what's probably a pretty familiar calculation, but we'll do it in two different ways. The question asks, 0.5 liters of 2 molar sodium hydroxide was diluted to a total of 2 liters. What was its final concentration? So you've probably seen C1V1 equals C2V2 or C2V2 equals C1V1, same idea. We're looking for the final concentration, so we're isolating for the C2. And when we do that, we find that we have our initial concentration, that 2 molar sodium hydroxide, the initial volume, that 0.5 liters, and the final volume, 2. And if you wanted to do this in your head, you could just cross off the 2's and find that your final concentration would be 0.5. Now, I've very conspicuously left off all the units here, and that's because I want to focus on how we can treat units just like numbers and how that's going to be very useful to us. Let's just put the units of these things in. So we're taking this equation and only focusing on the units. So we have molar times liter over liters. And just like before, we cross off the things that are the same, the liters, and we wind up with molar. So we can take that down, and that is going to be our final answer. So units cancel just like numbers do. Let's take a look and see how we can make some equations based on units. The question tells us typical units of concentration are moles per liter. What equation relates moles, volume, and concentration? Well, this is probably going to seem really simple, but we're trying to make moles per liter. So what we want to do is have moles over liter. Okay, so moles per liter, that is a concentration, and moles is represented by N. Liters is a type of volume. Amazing! Just based on the units, we've derived an equation that relates concentration, moles, and volume. Take a moment and try doing that with the second example. Pause the video, give it a go. All right, we're told that carbon has a molar mass of 12.01 grams per mole. Okay, so we're just going to say grams per mole. And just like before, we're going to do that silly thing and say that's equal to stuff measured in grams over stuff measured in moles. So grams per mole, that they just told us that was a molar mass, so we can call that MW. And grams can be represented as mass. And moles, well, we know that's N. Amazing! Just based on the units of molar mass, we've figured out how to relate mass, moles, and molecular mass. Let's move on to the next question, where we'll see how to check answers with unit canceling. The question asks us, 180 grams of glucose with some molecular weight was dissolved in 200 milliliters of water. What was the final concentration of glucose? Now, there are lots of ways you can mess up this question. You can say, oh, well, let's see, it's a concentration, so it's 180 over 200. But those units don't work out at all. If we did that, we'd get 0.9 and we'd be like, oh yeah, we'll select A. But no, that's not right. A is not the correct answer. Because when we try this, grams per milliliter, our final units are grams per milliliter, and that is not the same here. So what we need to do, we're looking for that concentration, and we need it in moles per liter. So that tells us we're going to have to convert that 180 grams into moles. We'll do that using the equation that we found on the previous slide. So the number of moles is equal to the mass over the molecular weight. That's going to be 180 grams over 180 grams per mole. Just like we saw before, those units cancel, and we come out with 1 mole. All right, and then we need the denominator to be in liters. That one's probably a little bit simpler. We divide by 1,000 to convert milliliters into liters. We come out with 0.200 liters. All right, so now we can actually do moles per liter. And when we do that, we find that we have 5 moles per liter. This is the exact same thing as the equation we found on the previous page. Your key points from this are that units can cancel just like numbers do. You can make equations based on units, and if you carry your units through your calculations, that's going to allow you to check your work, which can be super useful, especially on multiple choice questions. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, check out others like it, outlining the foundations of first-year chemistry in this Primers playlist. Also, be sure to join the Facebook Study Hub group. I'll put a link in the description so you can find it easily. And finally, I hope to see you at our preparation sessions. This is where I'll be outlining how to do so many questions so you can go into your midterm and exam with confidence and earn top marks. Many of the midterm preparation sessions are actually free. That's right, free. Go to prep101.com for more details. Thank you for watching.